Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie if you're new here. I'm very pregnant. Can you tell? I can't lean back because I won't be able to get back up again. It is January 22nd. I am a little less than 2 weeks from having another baby, but I wanted to film our February reset with you so that you guys can see kind of what's happening, because February is going to be crazy. Not only are we having a baby, our income is being cut by thousands of dollars. Yeah, we're just trying to like make it through, figure things out. I can't tell if this camera is set up correctly or not, but we're gonna go with it. I did want to go through my goals from January quickly and tell you guys how those went. I did not make goals for February. I am set to have this baby right at the butt crack beginning of February. I am not going to give myself any goals. My goal in February is to survive. I'm gonna try to stay on top of videos. I'm trying to film ahead a little bit, but if there's a break in videos, it's because it's because I had the baby and I'm exhausted. I will say I'll probably update quicker on Instagram and TikTok, so make sure that you follow me if you aren't already there, just to see. I will try to at least put up like a community post telling you guys that I've had the baby, but I probably won't put up any new baby content until later, mid to late month, depending how I'm feeling. It might even be further than that. I like making YouTube videos and filming content. It doesn't feel like work to me because it's not. Yeah, we'll see how I feel. Like with Ivy, I feel like I filmed right away, but maybe I won't with this one. We'll see. But I definitely will try to update a little bit more on like stories or like quick content. TikTok and Instagram, if you don't have those things, maybe I'll put up a couple things on shorts too, so at least you'll see them, but they won't be like a full video like this. Birthing my Aquarius baby. It is also my birthday next week, which I keep forgetting about because I'm focused around having a baby, but I'm gonna be 37 next week, which is crazy. This baby is supposed to come after my birthday. We'll see. My chiropractor today told me she thinks it's gonna come earlier. My chiropractor in Raleigh told me the same thing last time, and I became like 2 weeks late. So I'm just taking that with a grain of salt, but I am gonna pack my hospital bag. Let's talk about my January goals, how they went, and then we'll go through my February budget, which I think is very interesting because you can see February and March are gonna be a little bit rough, but we'll make it through. Okay, so here are my goals for January. As you guys know, I go through health and healing, work and money, and home and family. So let's talk about those. Let me also reposition because that's just not comfortable. Okay, I crossed out 30-day self-kindness challenge because I just didn't do it. A lot of the stuff I was thinking about doing involved spending, and I didn't want to spend anything this month, so I didn't end up doing that at all. Work through stress and anxiety that comes up. Don't bottle that up. I will say I've been doing pretty well with that. Ben and I have had lots of conversations. I've had lots of cry sessions. I have been journaling a lot, just all that stuff. Going into a second birth, there's just like a lot that goes with it, like, you know, anxiety and stuff around having to go through postpartum again, anxiety around birth, dealing with some of my birth trauma stuff that's coming up from Ivy's birth, dealing with Ivy, understanding that something's changing and she's a little bit off. Like, all that stuff has definitely come up this month. Prep food or recipes for postpartum. I did that. I prepped a little bit of soup. We have a tiny freezer. Like, it's so small that we can barely fit anything in it, so I can't really prep a bunch of stuff, but I did prep like a huge, in fact I might even be able to show you. Okay, yeah, so I made this like recipes to prep thing so that like Ben will probably be doing most of the cooking because I just won't be able to like move around as much after my C-section, most likely. Like, I'll be able to move around, but I just want to like he will be taking care of most of the food. So I just wrote down a couple things that I feel like are just good ideas to have on hand, like recipes that we both like, pantry items to keep on hand that are good, produce, fridge food to keep on, and then I threw in some of the stuff that my naturopath doctor told me that I should be eating just to like take care of my body postpartum. Also, my sister-in-law Francesca is a literal, she's just the sweetest. She's probably watching. Hi, I love you. So she offered to make us some food to put in our freezer. I don't know what that's gonna look like, but I'm really grateful for that. So we'll have a little bit of food from her too, which is very, very kind. Update medication to new pharmacy. I did that. Set up help for C-section. I also did that. So I have Benjamin's sister, who watches Ivy quite often, will be watching Ivy. She's taking off of work. Her mom can also come and help when needed. My father-in-law can help. We have a lot of people in the area, which is why we moved back. As far as work and money goes, 2+ TikToks a day. I'm gonna give myself that one, even though I don't know if that's exactly what happened. Obviously TikTok went down. I tried to stay off of TikTok for a little bit of time because it's kind of giving me anxiety. I might stay off of it except for posting my own content and like looking at my friends' stuff for a while, because just like all the politics, terrible things happening in our world right now, I just don't need the added anxiety, which is a privileged statement, but like going into a very, you know, big time of my life, I can't be consuming that content so much. So I probably will be putting up less TikToks, Instagram, all that stuff. Plus I'm giving birth, so I will be putting up less. But I'm gonna give myself that for January because while I don't know if I did exactly 2 a day, I still was very consistent. Film for YouTube as much as I can. I've done that. Utilize help time for YouTube, social media, and baby prep. I have done that. In fact, Ivy is with her grandma right now at her grandma's house. So I have like, well, Ben's here, but I have like the whole house to myself, which is really nice for me. Get ahead on videos. I will give myself that. I'm currently doing that, so that's what this video is for. I'll be filming hopefully another video today. I'm just trying to get ahead on videos as much as possible so that I have a few at least to go up. But if, you know, I don't stick to my Wednesday, Saturday schedule, I know you guys will all understand, and in fact will probably encourage me not to stick to my schedule. I'll just put up videos when I can. Prep what videos I want to do postpartum. I did that as well. Okay, so moving on to home and family. Make postpartum cart and postpartum needs, bathroom needs. I did this. Set up downstairs for baby. I'm gonna mark this one yes because it will be set up. We have the bassinet set up here. Ben set up the bouncer. He got like the car all set up. Our glider is down here now. The Snuggle Me is in here. However, most of the other stuff like the bouncer, the postpartum carts, all that stuff is currently in our room, which there's like no room to walk in our room right now. I don't want to bring all of that down because Ivy's just gonna like destroy it. So I will bring it down, probably not until like right before we go or like next week sometime or whatever. So it will be as set up for baby as possible. I already have some of my postpartum stuff in this bathroom, and that is a plan that I have, is like, you know, bringing down my makeup, my skincare, my toothbrush, my like postpartum basket that I made, all that stuff down here so that it is ready for me in this bathroom. But I already have some like diapers, toilet paper, all that kind of stuff in there. Finished to-do list of baby things. We haven't finished it yet, so I won't check it off, but I'm sure we will, unless baby comes early for some reason. And then think through logistics of no nursery and no kitchen space. We did that at the beginning of the month, which made me feel really good. We made like a bunch of lists. We talked through things. We're making like a bottle cart versus trying to fit anything in any of our cabinetry here because we just don't have space for it. So we're in a good place for that. So let's jump into the budget. Okay, my heat did officially turn on, so you are gonna hear that in the background, but this is where we're at. So we're planning to have about 73, 39, 66 in income. Now I will say that is Ben's lower income. I have 0 income coming in this month, and this does include rollover. We'll see how I show this moving forward because Ben has never really been comfortable with me sharing his exact income. So I'm not really sure when I don't have an income coming in how not to show you that. So I'll have to talk to him about that and just see like what he's comfortable with. As of right now, that's how much we're bringing in between Ben's income, monthly rollover, and miscellaneous. I don't know how much rollover we'll have in January. We should have what I placed in here. If we don't, it'll come from savings. You guys know that basically we have been planning for January and February at least to not have enough money to pay for our stuff. So it will be coming out of savings. We just did bring in more income this month than we were anticipating, so I might be able to switch that over. A couple of things in our up and coming category: our Costco membership, February, March due taxes. We actually have our taxes pretty, sorry, I keep itching my leg. If you see me down here, I promise it's just my leg. We have like a spectacular tax representative. I really like her. So I just told her I was gonna like put up everything as soon as possible, and then whenever she can get to it is fine, but I don't want to be thinking about getting my tax documents complete postpartum. I'm pretty much done with all of our tax documentation. All of Ben's stuff came through. I did all of my expenses for my business. I'm just waiting for 2 of our tax like information things from our loan companies, and then I also should be getting like a PayPal 1099 or W2 or whatever it is through them from my payments from the blogging client that I had last year. So that shows like my main income. All 3 of those things said that I should have them by January 31st, so I should be able to easily get those uploaded onto the portal that we use. Ben will get a cash grant in March, so that'll go into savings and or will be additional income that we'll use if we need it in March. Also TBD, I'm just assuming our tax return would come in March or start to come in March. Ben goes back to work in April, which is when we would find out about a bonus and possible promotion. Those are the big good money things that are happening. Moving on to our fixed expenses. Sorry, I'm like so out of breath. Everything is normal this month. We do have a renter's insurance coming out this month, which doesn't come out every month. It comes out, or it's coming out in February, I should say, quarterly. Is that the right word? I just put like all of our apps and stuff in one thing. I tried to make our budget as close, exact as possible. This area is like my business expenses, but since I don't currently have any clients, if that continues, this won't be business expenses, but because it all comes out of my account anyway, like our home account, I'm just keeping it separated in case I have to file taxes for YouTube or anything like that. I can take some of these things out because I use it for YouTube. So for example, Canva, Notion, Libsyn. These are 3 things I need to look into. CapCut, I really like using CapCut, so I really don't want to stop paying for this, but it feels weird to pay $11 a month for an app to edit stuff. I'm not even making money from TikTok in order, you know. So I might cancel that and just use the free version. YouTube Premium, I have this one highlighted because I was looking through my Verizon account, which is what I use for my phone, and it says that I could be getting this for $10.99 a month. So I'm like, what did I screw up there? So I need to look into that. And then Apple Space, Ben wants me to look into this. He's like, why are you paying $10 a month for space? And I couldn't answer him because I don't remember what it's for. I think it's for my phone, but I'm not really sure. $3,304 is our fixed expenses this month, with most of that, as usual, being our rent. Debt is the same, not paying any more on that. $1,500 for groceries in Costco. $100 for restaurants and takeout. I still left some money in here because y'all, we're gonna be postpartum. It is what it is. I will also say, Ben and I had a conversation. If we need to take a little bit more out of savings to make our life more comfortable the first month postpartum, we will. So if that means ordering food, if that means me needing to buy bras that fit me, if that means needing to go to the doctor, if that means something that's like outside of this budget, because this budget is so tight this month, that we're just gonna do it and take it out of savings, and that's why we have our savings. It just is what it is. We're not gonna be like going on a spending spree and spending like $300 at Target or something like that. We're postpartum, you know, we're gonna do the best that we can. Medications and supplements, I'm keeping this at $200 because Ben uses a lot of supplements. Household I have at $500. I'm not sure what that's gonna look like. We have a lot of diapers already for baby number 2. We'll see what happens with like pumping and breastfeeding. I already have 1 canister of formula. I might purchase Bobby formula, but we'll see if I'm like making enough milk, then we won't need to do that. But I didn't last time, so I don't really know what that's gonna look like. $0 for personal spending, which stinks. I really want to get my nails done consistently because I love that. But both Ben and I got our hair cut. He's actually going tomorrow night to get his hair cut I just got my hair cut the other day, so there should be no need for a haircut next month. Should be no need for any other personal spending. Medical, I have it 150 just because my pelvic floor therapist is no longer covered. And then if we end up taking the baby to the chiropractor, which we did with Ivy, they don't like crack their bones or anything. It's more of just like stretching. It was really helpful for Ivy, but it was just helpful because I make big babies, but I'm a very small person, so they're really cramped inside there. If we need to do that, we have some money for that. Utilities I have at 150, car I have at 100. I'm not really anticipating us driving that much, but I do have that there. 160 for the dogs, that's for their food, and then I just have 0 for miscellaneous. This area I have 120 for Costco. I have 0 in birthdays, holidays, things like that. We don't have any birthdays or holidays in February currently besides new baby. I am a gifts person, like I love getting gifts. If Ben ends up getting me flowers or anything like that postpartum, he's going to, and again, that's just gonna come out of savings if we don't have it in here, or if like an additional random income comes in next month. If you're like a strict budgeter, you're probably like, absolutely not, you should not be taking money out of savings, but we knew this was coming. We knew that February would be hard because even before I knew that I lost my freelancing job, I knew I wasn't going to be working in January and February, so I knew I wasn't going to have an income. So we have prepared our savings. We have plenty in there. We are not going to be like overspending queens. The first month that we have no income from me, we have no income from the business that Ben used to be a part of, and Ben's income went down at work because our insurance premiums went up in 2024-5. That's all happening the same month that we're having our second baby. Why would we have a savings account that we can't touch, that we're gonna be so stressed out, you know, if we like cut a bunch of stuff? Like I said, we're not gonna be crazy. I did cut this budget as much as I could. We'll continue to be better at it over the next few months, and hopefully we can find new income that will make things up, or we move somewhere that is cheaper or something like that. February is not the month to figure that out. February is the month where we try to be intelligent about the purchases that we make, but we do not put extra pressure on ourselves to be perfect. This is not the time for us to be fighting about money, to be worried about how much money we're spending on food, or if baby needs to go to the doctor, or if I need to go to the doctor, or if Ivy needs something, or if this is like a huge change in our life. I don't care if anybody judges us on it, because I think we're making the right decision. That's what February is gonna look like, much tighter than normal, having to use a good chunk of rollover / savings for even just to get our budget even. That's not counting if we go over on anything. So if we do go over on like gifts or food or household or things like that, that is what it is, and it'll come out of savings. We'll see what happens. You guys will see at the end of, well, beginning of March, what happens if I'm filming by then. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I need to go film a couple more videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.